Hi YouTube, this is Bayu here. What you can see is called blood clams. This one comes from Vietnam. If you read the internet, people that have never ate this before talk all kinds of trash. Okay, this is my restaurant, my supermarket. I bought a pound and a half. They sell it by the pounds. This only grows in the Pacific, not in the Caribbean, not in the Indian Ocean, not in the Atlantic, only in the Pacific. Koreans indulge in this, so Vietnamese, so is Thailand. Everybody that got access to the Pacific. And of course, on the American side, we have the Mexicans in Tijuana, Ensenada, Baja California, that love this. Now, not in the Mar Cortez, but I'm gonna get these outside because I don't want to throw it in the sink just in case that we have a problem. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna chill a little bit. We have a big bowl, stainless steel bowl, and we have a small bowl over here. So basically, with the vapor, the Spanish word baño de Maria, we're gonna try to get it to open up a little bit. Once they open a little bit, it becomes extremely easier to put the knife and open it completely. You don't want to cook them, but you want to make sure that they are opening it up. Even if it's a little bit. Okay. Because this cooked real good. So you just keeping an eye on it until the heat. And you see the sound? This sounds good. If it sounds hollow. Okay, see this one started to open. So what you do is you open it all the way and you get the meat out. Okay? And put this one, I threw away the plastic bag. Okay, you don't want to leave this in the house, guys. You gotta throw it outside. So get the plastic bag open and then you are ready for it. Here we got another one that opened up a little bit already. And you have to be extremely careful, okay? If it's not, it give you a lot of hard time, drop it and get another one. Sometimes you gotta heat it right there a little bit and be very carefully. See, that's what I'm trying to avoid. You gotta get your wooden table, and then once it opens, you can get it out. Blood clam. Only in the Pacific Ocean. On both sides of the Pacific Ocean, the Asian side and the Latin American side. Now, about Mexico, you don't find it. The water is too cold. Okay, this is too hard, so put it back in there. want to deal with this part too hard because you can get hurt. See? Now, once you open it, and you always smell it. Any dough, throw it away. Throw them away. Or throw it away, only one. You see, that's what they call a blood clam. You see how red it is? You have, if it sounds funny too, like hollow, like pork. Throw them away. See? Very good. Now this, not too many people eat this. See, this at the bottom it already opened up. You notice the color? You notice that one is a little bit darker than the other one. That cook all the way. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's still good, but it's cooked. Unless you want to cook rice with them inside, then it's okay because they get real dark. And you don't want to eat like that. See. I don't like that, guys. That's too much. See, this is normal. You still have the rest. Now, this is the same procedure as opening the oysters. If you ever try oysters, this is the same principle of opening oysters. But you have to be careful with the knife and your finger, or the palm of your hand too. What you want to do is hit it in the middle so you can put the knife all the way through. This is a lot, and look at it. Beautiful color. And it smells like nothing. No fish smell. No, nothing like that. Okay. And then the last two. Now there are some shows. Look at this one. Oh golly. Cameraman, I think you might be too close. You don't want the audience to get in their faces. Okay. This one has a lot of blood, a lot of juice, red juice, which is normal, guys. Now, this is not for everybody. Some of you might like oysters, some of you might hate oysters, some of you might be repulsive just at the sight of oysters, but not everybody can deal with that. What I have right here is some cilantro, red onion. Now that's mandatory. You cannot use the white sweet onion or the yellow onion. None. No way. So what I'm doing right now is putting the juice of one lemon real. So they cook a little bit on the lemon juice. Yes, the lemon juice cook, and then you have the very famous South American food called ceviche. Now, ceviche is done with seafood, not river fish. This is what a lot of people have some problem with the Mexican ceviche. They use river fish. No. Unless you live up behind the mountain, you have no reach of the ocean, then you can kind of screw it up and use the river fish. And this is not my right knife. Okay, now I want you to take a look at this, what I do. What I'm doing is trying to make sure that little milky substance stays away from the onion, and peel it real good. Okay, you don't want this core. So what you do is you just cut the onion and try to cut it real thin. It has to be real thin. Either I'm not crying, show my face. I'm not crying. Why? Because I properly rub both sides of the onions, and I cut the middle first and then I cut the end. There are a lot of people might argue, but you're always gonna find those idiots that argue with you no matter what. Okay, so this is what you do. You rinse one time. Now you got me a little bit. I remember I had an eye surgery not long ago, not even 8 weeks ago, on my right eye. So any little thing bothers me a lot. Okay, so put it at the side. So what we do next is get the lemon. Can you use lime? Yes, but it's going to be a little bit more acid, and that can ruin the flavor. So that's why you try not to use limes. Okay. Now conch. Conch is something that comes on a big shelf like that. You can make ceviche with conch or prepare food, but the flavor is completely different. It's the same deal with the blue crab, the crab, the Alaska crab, and the one that you find in the mangroves. The crab in the mangroves, some people might completely, a little bit of Cholula, the one that's spicy. But the flavor of that mangrove crab, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, is delicious. Better than the Alaskan king crab. But the issue is because it's so limited, there is no exportation of that. And what you want to do is put 1 spoon of ketchup. Just a little bit, not too much. Maybe a teaspoon. That's the secret. Okay, put that aside. And the final ingredient is right here. I know some people, maybe they're not humans, they're not from planet Earth. But I understand that some people are allergic to cilantro, coriander, as the Asian call it. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but if you're allergic to cilantro, compadre, you have some some problems in the Latin food department. Because you're not gonna go in a restaurant and say, I want a dish, but don't put cilantro in it. They look at you funny and they kick you out, literally. So you limit yourself to the kind of food that you're qualified for. Now, I made a mistake because I was doing it so fast. Some of you might pick it up, so that's not a problem. So what I do, I pick my little trusty Korean aluminum pot and we solve the problem. Rinse it. You're supposed to rinse it before cutting it. Because cilantro comes with a little bit of dirt, field dirt, dust, which is normal. So what you do, you just rinse it on the little pot. Squeeze it, make sure you have no water. Okay? And you use, look, that's what it's called, blood crumbs. They have the specific, so you put it with the cilantro. You put it with a little bit of onion. Not all of the onions yet, but just a little bit. Because we're not done yet. Oh no, we're not done. You rinse it in the bowl. Now, let's say you're cooking it for 2 people. And is that enough? You saw it. It was kind of a few. I think a pound and a half. But since the shell weight, they don't give a lot of meat. So what you do is you get a pepino, a cucumber, you peel it, it has to be peeled, you cut it, and you add it to the ceviche. Okay. And that will increase the quantity of the ceviche, the amount. Now, what style of ceviche is this? These I got it from my grandmother, so probably I would say this is the Ecuadorian style. Panamanian style do not use tomatoes. It's only onion and conchas. Same deal with the ceviche. They don't use. So what you do now, you taste it. It's not quite. It needs a little bit more salt. Just a little bit. So put it in your hand first. You don't want to overdo it. Okay? You don't want to overdo it. Okay? Put that aside. My producer is not going to touch this. She's too US to eat this. But she loves shrimp. However, she did not the shrimp is very high in cholesterol. Extremely high. And now she has to slow down the intake of shrimp. So what you want to do, you want to peel maybe half or 1/3. You don't want to over. overkill it. I meaning put too much of this. That's not good. And that ruined the flavor. Now, can you put something else? No. That's it. 4 ingredients. You don't even have to put pepino, cucumber on there. However, I kind of like it a little bit. What you do, cut this, save the rest of the refrigerator for another salad. I like mix the salad with the juice of the try to cut it in 3 parts. 1, 2. So you want to get it small pieces. You don't want to make it big pieces. Okay. You dispose of the peels. My producer got a little. What is it that you have in the back?
Compost.
Compost. So she saves all this for the compost. Okay. Now, like I said before, you don't have to put this. Okay. You rinse it. You put a little bit more water. And you put a little salt to it. Now, why I'm doing this? Because the salt neutralizes the acidity. Okay, put some more water. Squeeze it. Put it inside the tomatoes. Okay? See? Put that one back. So what we're gonna do right now is use a couple drop of soap. Rinse this. Save the rest of the onion. So basically you clean up immediately. Okay, we're gonna put this with, because I use this to open the blood clams. Okay. And then, now since this is real wood and it's glued together, as you can see it's coming apart. Somebody made a mistake and left it inside water. In the water. You don't do that with a wood. A real original. You got burned a little bit over here. You don't do that. Okay. So, now, what you want to do is mix it together. The 2 bowls. We're going to take care of that in a minute. Don't worry about it. Now, we're going to taste a little bit. And then I'm going to use some rice to eat the rest, guys. I like it with rice. Remember the expression comfort food? You used to eat what you were eating when you were a small child. That's what it's called, comfort, because it make you happy. Okay, let's taste it. Can you see the color? Is it red? Yes. Finally, the blood clams itself are releasing their liquid. Now, are they releasing blood? Probably. Probably. So, let me get one right here. I got 2 pieces. Okay, here we go. Good. The clam shell. The texture is unique. It's a little bit harder than eating oysters, a little bit harder than eating shrimp. You could say almost you're chewing on an overcooked shrimp. If you don't know how to cook shrimp and you cook it too much, it becomes rubbery. The flavor of the red onion with the cilantro is very distinctive. No, can you substitute cilantro for the parsley? If in your culture you are not used to eating cilantro yet, but cilantro is the main ingredient for ceviches. Okay guys, short and sweet. I'm not going to show you my rice deal. Here's another one. You see how the color is already? Like a little muscle. No. Talking about culture. Italians like to eat maso and tomato sauce. You know about that. Now we like to eat this like that. Okay guys, short and sweet. Behave. Talk to you later. Ceviche. South American style.